Dear students and viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I am Ismat Jerin welcoming you to this new video lecture of physics of class 9 and 10. Today I am going to solve a creative question from chapter 5, that is from the chapter named State of Matter and Pressure. Now look at the question first. In this question, we can see from the figure that there are two cylinders filled with water and are connected by a pipe. First cylinder has a piston of cross-sectional area 0.09 meter square and goes downwards after applying 500 Newton of force on it, and the displacement of the piston 1 is 5 centimeter. The second cylinder has a piston of area 2.7 meter square, that is, area of the piston of second cylinder is larger than the first one. So we can see when 500 Newton force is applied on piston 1, then it goes downwards about 5 centimeters. That means a pressure is created and this pressure is transmitted through the water in all directions and also applied on area of piston 2. Now we are going to solve this creative question. The first question, that is question number A, is what is buoyancy? So what would be the answer? The answer is, if a body is partially or fully immersed in a liquid or gas at rest, the upward force that the liquid or gas exert on the body is known as buoyancy. Okay, so this is the definition of buoyancy. Now the second question, that is question B, is explain why utensils float on water. We know that most of the utensils are made of aluminum. We can also make utensil with other metals. Now, utensils made of aluminum float on water, although density of aluminum is greater than density of water, because aluminum used in utensils are too thin and surface area is greater. That's why the volume of that utensil is also larger. Besides that, the inner part of the utensils are hollow. So, weight of the water displaced by utensil is larger than weight of the utensils. Now, we know that body will float on water only if the weight of the water displaced by the body is larger than weight of the body. Because of that, utensil float on water. So, this is the answer of second question. Now, we are going to solve C and D questions.
Now the question C is find out the value of F2, that is find out the value of force that is exerted on piston, second piston or the last piston. We know that from the question, the cross-section area of small piston A1 equals to 0.09 meter square. The force exerted or applied on first piston or the small piston is F1 equals to 500 Newton. The cross-section area of large piston A2 equals to 2.7 meter square. Now we are going to find out F2. We know that F2 divided by F1 equals to A2 divided by A1. So we can write F2 equals to F1 into A2 divided by A1. Putting the values of F1, A2 and A1, we can get 500 Newton multiplied by 2.7 meter square divided by 0.09 meter square. Now we get, after calculation, 15,000 Newton, or we can write this answer as 1.5 10 to the power 4 Newton. This is the answer of this question. that is the force exerted on the second piston or the larger piston is 1.5 into 10 to the power 4 Newton. Now question D is there any change of work done in both the pistons according to the given informations of the stem? Analyze it with logic. So we can say here that in case of smaller piston, we know that force F1 equals to 500 Newton and the cross section area of piston A1 equals to 0.09 meter square, and the displacement on the of the piston after applying force is L1 equals to 5 centimeter. We change this centimeter into meter, that is 0.05 meter. Now we get from the answer of question C that for large piston F2 or force exerted on large piston is 1.5 10 to the power 4 Newton and the cross section area of large piston A2 equals to 2.7 meter square. Now we know that A1 L1 equals to A2 L2. So L2 equals to A1 L1 divided by A2. Putting the values of these three, now we can get 0.09 meter square into 0.05 meter divided by 2.7 meter square. Now we cut these two, and after calculation we get that the answer is 1/600 meter. Now we are now going to find out the work done by the piston 1 or the small piston. That is, work done 1 equals to F1 L1. Putting the values, we can get 500 Newton into 0.05 meter. That is, after calculation we get 25 Newton meter. This is the work done by the smaller piston on the fluid. Now we have to find out the work done by the fluid on the large piston. So the work done by the fluid on large piston W2 equals to F2 L2. That is, now putting the values here, we can get now after calculation we can get that this value is also 25 Newton meter. That is, W1 equals to W2. So we can say that work done on the fluid by small piston will be same as work done by the fluid on the large piston. So there will be no change in work.